Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone. Hey, listen. So, had an interesting conversation, discussion on one of the groups that I have, and it was regarding the topic of gaslighting. I said I was going to make a video about gaslighting in a relationship, specifically from a Christian point of view and a Christian psychological point of view. So, what is gaslighting? Gaslighting is basically the simple way of explaining gaslighting is psychological brainwashing. Essentially, it's basically someone stripping you away from your confidence and identity and your dependency on your value and worth so much that they become in control over you and you depend on what they say or what they do. That is more of the gradual process of gaslighting. But as far as gaslighting, just as far as just a common act, it's very prevalent, unfortunately, within relationships, especially when the communication is very bad. Gaslighting is one of the go-to occurrences within relationships, unfortunately. And it's really easy for someone, for instance, if someone comes to you with a particular problem and you're saying, you respond to say, you're just being so sensitive or things like that. That's more gaslighting than actually approaching the problem. And that doesn't lead to anything positive, really. It's just gaslighting and projection and blame shifting. Those three things actually they overlap quite a bit within communication, within ineffective and poor communication, especially when it comes to relationships. And so, say for instance, let me give you some examples, at least a couple. Say somebody got to the point of his wife was always late to picking up the kids. That was something that was agreed upon. I'm at work from 9 to 5. I come home. You pick up the kids, and because you work a part-time schedule, or it's better for you to pick up the kids by how your work schedule is, and me, to bring the kids, me take the kids to school or whatever. And she is always late. She's always late. And what happens is it's her responsibility for being late. That's her fault, right? For being late. And what he does is, he approaches her gracefully and says, "Babe, look, I don't know what's going on. Let me know if you need any help. But I've noticed that I've gotten alerts that you're always late. And I definitely think we should be, we should have a discussion about that. Or, how can we make some adjustments?" And instead of approaching the problem, knowing that that is your responsibility, you need to take the onus of that. You need to take the blame for that. Her response is, "Well, you shouldn't be working so late. You know, we need you here. There's something that we need you. We need to, you're going to have to adjust your schedule because, there's just way too much, going on right now. And we're going to have to make some adjustments." Right. That's gaslighting because instead of owning her tardiness, instead of realizing that it is her fault and 100% her fault that, the kids are late being picked up, she's shifting the blame to a point of allowing or kind of planting seeds in the husband's head to reconsider his work schedule. His work schedule was just fine and nothing was wrong. Everything was fine. But now it's a thing because you are being irresponsible. And then, and even further gaslighting is, the husband responds, well, that's what we agreed on. I don't think that there's a problem with me, with my schedule. I think that you're the one we need to focus on right now as far as getting the kids together. Even further gaslighting is, oh, why are you being so rude? That's even further gaslighting. And that's even further blame shifting as well. And that actually comports to a victim mentality, which is a huge psychological red flag. But that's an example of gaslighting. For instance, from a male's perspective, if a male, if the wife is cleaning up the bathroom and noticing some hair in the sink, and she tells hubby, "Hey, babe, look, I'm cleaning up the bathroom. That's what we agreed upon, but you kind of make it a little bit more difficult if you have your hair from shaving in the sink, babe. Can you help your wife out, you handsome fella, you, and um, clean up the hair, babe. Clean up the hair." And instead of placing ownership on yourself that you're the one shaving, you're the one that's causing the hair to go into the sink, you say, well, you agreed to cleaning up the bathroom. I mean, I didn't know that wasn't a part of cleaning up. That's gaslighting. That's shifting the blame. That's not taking ownership and saying, "Oh wow," and then that kind of plants the seeds in her mind and saying, "Okay, well, I mean, I did agree to cleaning, but I would hope that you would help me along the route to be able to clean your stuff up, clean that mess up from the sink. I mean, help me out." Well, I mean, you're lying then. You're not holding your end of the bargain. I mean, I'm sitting here doing all this stuff, and you're not holding to your end of the bargain. As far as cleaning up, I mean, you can clean up. That's gaslighting. That's not taking blame. That's not taking ownership. That's planting seeds to elicit doubt in someone's confidence in their statement. If it's true, it's true. Now, someone can be wrong. Someone can say, hey, can you clean up and pick up the towels from yourself? And then, someone can say, hey, guess what? That's not my towel. And the other person will, oh, my bad. That is my towel. I stand corrected. But when it comes to something that you know that you need to take 100% responsibility for, and gaslighting is something that you try to mitigate responsibility for, that is not a good recipe for a marriage at all. A marriage, period. Specifically a Christian marriage, because we understand the importance of charity. We understand the importance of, from a biblical standpoint, point of charity, the purpose of esteeming others higher than yourselves, as Philippians would say. Those are very important components when it comes to marriage. And you trying to mitigate something that you're fully responsible for by saying a negative psychological brainwashing statement to plant seeds of doubts in someone, gaslighting. And steer clear from that completely. It leads to even further gaslighting, and it creates more and more and more doubt in the person being gaslit. Eventually there's a sense of defense toward it, and then and eventually, once that person becomes gaslit so much, the defense, it becomes overwhelming, and they feel like they're getting so much pressure, and that leads actually to a point of depression, because I've been defending. You've been saying all these things as far as gaslighting me, and now I'm having seeds of doubt within myself, and I'm feeling overwhelmed with all this pressure here. And so you get into a state of depression. So Gaslighting within relationships, not good. Have effective communication. If it's your thing, it's your thing. If you know for a fact that you're responsible for this thing, don't be trying to cast that off on someone else. And hush your mouth. It's no excuses. Do it. Do it. It's my Starskin Hutch. Do it. No blame shifting. No, come on now. Just, it's okay. Just go ahead and do it. It's your responsibility. Take it. No need to explain. And a lot of people gaslight their spouses to other people too, to their friends, saying this person did this, this, and that. You know that they didn't. You know it was your fault. This person was so rude to me. No, they were just being honest with the fact that you needed to be responsible for your own stuff. And, that's how you took it, unfortunately. God bless you all. Dr. Chris Featherstone. See you on the other side.